Mahatma Gandhi. The name resonates with peace, non-violence, and freedom. He stands as an icon, his image instantly recognizable around the world. Gandhi led India to independence, inspiring millions with his philosophy of Satyagraha. His life, a testament to the power of passive resistance, challenged empires and awakened consciences. Gandhi's teachings transcended borders, influencing movements for civil rights and social justice globally. From Martin Luther King Jr. to Nelson Mandela, leaders embraced his ideals. They saw in his methods a blueprint for change, a way to combat injustice without resorting to violence. Yet, like all historical figures, Gandhi was a complex individual. His life was a tapestry woven with triumphs and contradictions. Behind the saintly image lay a man of complexities, shaped by his experiences and beliefs. To truly understand Gandhi, we must move beyond the simplified narratives and confront the uncomfortable truths. This essay delves into the lesser-known aspects of Gandhi's life, exploring both his political genius and personal flaws. We will navigate the controversies and criticisms, recognizing that even the most revered figures are not without their shadows. Our goal is not to diminish Gandhi's legacy, but to understand its intricate layers. Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi was born in 1869 in Porbandar, India, during British colonial rule. His upbringing was steeped in traditional Hindu values, emphasizing tolerance and non-violence. His family held a position of some influence, allowing young Mohandas access to education. At the age of 19, Gandhi traveled to England to study law, a pivotal experience that exposed him to Western ideas. This period broadened his horizons, introducing him to concepts like individual liberty and social reform. However, he also faced racial prejudice, which ignited within him a sense of injustice. After qualifying as a barrister, Gandhi returned to India, but struggled to establish a successful legal career. He soon accepted a job in South Africa, a decision that would profoundly shape his destiny. South Africa became the crucible where Gandhi forged his philosophy of Satyagraha. The term, derived from Sanskrit, translates to truth force or soul force. It advocated for non-violent resistance as a means to combat injustice and appeal to the conscience of the oppressor. Gandhi believed that true power did not lie in physical force but in moral strength. He organized protests, boycotts, and strikes, urging Indians to resist discriminatory laws peacefully. He endured imprisonment, physical assaults, and vilification, all the while maintaining his commitment to nonviolence. His efforts in South Africa garnered international attention. The world watched as this unassuming lawyer, armed with the power of his convictions, challenged a mighty empire. Gandhi's Satyagraha campaigns achieved some successes, forcing the South African government to make concessions. More importantly, his time in South Africa laid the foundation for his future struggles. He honed his leadership skills, developed his philosophy of non-violent resistance, and cultivated a loyal following. By the time he returned to India in 1915, he had transformed into a seasoned activist, ready to lead his nation's fight for freedom. Gandhi's return to India coincided with a period of growing unrest. World War I had taken a toll, and Indians, weary of colonial rule, yearned for self-determination. Gandhi, hailed as a hero, quickly emerged as a unifying figure. He traveled extensively, connecting with the masses and understanding their grievances. He recognized the immense power of India's vast population. Gandhi understood that if he could mobilize the people, they could achieve what armies could not. He called for Swaraj, meaning self-rule, and urged Indians to resist British rule through non-cooperation. His message resonated deeply. Millions, inspired by his leadership, joined the struggle for independence. Gandhi's charisma, coupled with his unwavering belief in non-violence, proved to be a potent force. He transformed the Indian National Congress, once an elite group, into a mass movement. Section 5. The Salt March, a defining moment of defiance. One of the most iconic events in India's struggle for independence was the Salt March of 1930. The British government had imposed a salt tax, which disproportionately affected the poor. Gandhi saw this as an opportunity to challenge British authority and mobilize the masses. He embarked on a 240-mile march from his ashram to the Arabian Sea, where he and his followers illegally produced salt by evaporating seawater. The march, a powerful symbol of defiance, captured the world's attention. Thousands joined Gandhi along the way, their numbers swelling with each passing day. The British authorities responded with brutal repression. Protesters were beaten, arrested, and even killed. Gandhi himself was imprisoned. However, the Salt March had a profound impact. It galvanized the Indian population, exposing the brutality of British rule and strengthening the resolve for independence. Section 6. Partition's shadow, triumph, and tragedy intertwined. India finally achieved independence in 1947, marking the end of the British Empire. However, the victory was bittersweet. The country was partitioned into India and Pakistan, leading to one of the largest mass migrations in human history. The partition unleashed unimaginable horrors. Communal violence erupted, claiming the lives of hundreds of thousands. Gandhi, devastated by the bloodshed, pleaded for peace and unity. He embarked on a fast unto death, determined to stop the violence that had engulfed the nation. His efforts, while noble, could not fully heal the wounds of partition. The trauma of that period continues to cast a long shadow on the Indian subcontinent. Gandhi's vision of a united and harmonious India remained unfulfilled, a tragic reminder of the complexities of nation-building. Section 7. Controversies and Contradictions, a deeper look. While Gandhi is revered as an apostle of peace, his life was not without controversies. Some of his views, particularly on race and caste, have been subject to criticism. His early writings from South Africa reveal a hierarchical view of race, with Europeans occupying a superior position. Gandhi's views on caste were equally complex. While he advocated for the upliftment of the untouchables, he also believed in the Varna system, the traditional Hindu social hierarchy. Critics argue that he did not go far enough in challenging the caste system, which continues to plague Indian society. His personal life, too, was marked by unconventional choices. Gandhi, a married man, took a vow of celibacy in his late 30s. He believed that celibacy was essential for spiritual growth and self-control. However, his experiments with celibacy, which involved sleeping naked with young women, have been widely criticized as inappropriate and exploitative. Section 8. Caste and Social Reform, a Mixed Record. Gandhi's stance on the caste system remains debated. He recognized the injustice of untouchability. He worked to improve their lives, advocating for education and employment. He coined the term Harijan, meaning children of God. Gandhi fasted and campaigned against untouchability. However, his approach was criticized as paternalistic. Some argued he reformed caste from within, not abolishing it. Gandhi's legacy on caste remains complex and contested. Section 9. Personal life experiments with celibacy and control. Gandhi's personal life, particularly his views on sexuality and celibacy, has been a source of both fascination and controversy. He took a vow of celibacy at the age of 36 while married, believing it to be essential for spiritual growth and self-control. He saw celibacy as a means to transcend his physical desires and achieve a higher state of being. Gandhi's writings on celibacy are extensive, reflecting his deep-seated beliefs about the importance of controlling one's sexual urges. However, his experiments with celibacy, particularly in his later years, have drawn considerable criticism. He practiced what he called brahmacharya experiments, which involved sleeping naked with young women, including his grandniece. Gandhi maintained that these experiments were purely platonic and intended to test his vow of celibacy. However, critics argued that they were inappropriate, exploitative, and indicative of a problematic power dynamic. These controversies continue to fuel debate about Gandhi's personal life and beliefs. Section 10. The Mahatma's Critics, Voices of Dissent. Gandhi, despite his iconic status, was not without his critics. Throughout his life, he faced opposition from various quarters, each with its own set of grievances. Some questioned his methods, finding his unwavering commitment to nonviolence impractical in the face of brutal oppression. Others criticized his political decisions, particularly his acceptance of the partition of India, arguing that it led to widespread bloodshed and suffering. His views on caste and race also drew criticism, with some accusing him of not going far enough in challenging these deeply entrenched forms of discrimination. Even within the Indian independence movement, there were dissenting voices. Subhas Chandra Bose, a prominent leader within the Indian National Congress, clashed with Gandhi over the strategy for achieving independence. Bose advocated for a more militant approach, believing that force was necessary to overthrow British rule. B.R. Ambedkar, a leading voice for the rights of Dalits, untouchables, criticized Gandhi's approach to caste reform. Ambedkar believed that Gandhi's efforts at reforming the caste system from within were insufficient and that a more radical approach was needed to dismantle the hierarchy altogether. Section 11. Gandhi's enduring legacy, imperfect icon, timeless inspiration. Mahatma Gandhi's legacy is complex and multifaceted. He was a man of contradictions, capable of both wisdom and flawed judgment. His life and work inspire and provoke debate, challenging us to confront uncomfortable truths. Despite his flaws, Gandhi's message of non-violence and truth resonates deeply today. His philosophy of Satyagraha remains a powerful tool for social change. His life story teaches us that even revered figures are not infallible. It reminds us that history is rarely black and white. Gandhi's legacy challenges us to engage critically with the past. In a world grappling with violence and injustice, Gandhi's teachings offer hope. His life reminds us that ordinary individuals can create a more just world. His belief in love, truth, and non-violence continues to inspire generations.